The boy just wanted to finish his dad's leftover yogurt. But his dad suddenly snatched it away, furious, and warned him never to touch his food again. The boy was confused and hurt, but he didn't know his father was actually protecting him. John was just an ordinary janitor. After his divorce, his only goal was to raise his son on his own. But then, disaster struck. He was told he only had 3 months left to live. The news shattered him. He didn't know how to tell his son, so he poured all his love into their remaining time together. But that wasn't enough. He had to find his son a new family before time ran out. Soon, he found a wealthy couple with a luxurious estate and kind personalities. But then he realized they already had a child, and from the way the father spoke, he'd definitely favor his own kid. Despite their wealth, John walked away. On the way home, he asked his son if he'd like to live with a richer family. But the boy replied firmly,
"I like home."
The more his son said things like that, the harder it was for John. He kept searching. A social worker suggested making a time capsule, letters and keepsakes for his son to open when he grew up. But John refused. He wanted his son to forget him completely, to never feel the pain of knowing he'd been given away. As his health worsened, John spent every possible moment with his son, playing in the park, watching construction trucks, eating ice cream. He even tried explaining death using a dead beetle. But his son, too young to understand, couldn't accept that his dad would one day disappear. The second adoptive family was kind, but they'd already taken in too many kids. Though they promised to treat his son like their own, John hesitated. He wanted his boy to have undivided love. On his birthday, his son lit 34 candles, then handed him one more, making him promise to celebrate together next year. But John knew this was his last birthday. The third family was a single woman. Infertility had ruined her marriage, and she'd given up on love. Now, she just wanted to adopt a child to cherish. Seeing his son play happily beside her, John finally smiled. She'd be good to him, but he wondered, could there be someone better? The next family was worse. The man wouldn't even let the boy touch his model train, then took back a toy he'd just given him. How could someone so selfish raise a child? That night, his son suddenly said,
"I don't want to adopt."
Watching him run off angrily, John's heart broke. But he had no choice. The next morning, he sold his car and took his son to the amusement park. He'd always been too busy working to play. Now, every second mattered. He wanted his son to forget him, yet selfishly, he also wanted to stay in his memory forever. That night, instead of a bedtime story, John said goodbye.
Like the beetle left its body, but is now flying around the forest. One day soon, your daddy will leave his body, but will always be around you. You won't see me, but you can talk to me, and I'll listen. And you won't hear me like you hear me now. You'll hear me inside you.
Though his son didn't fully understand, he felt his father's love. In the end, John made the time capsule after all. 15 letters, one for each birthday, filled with photos of their time together. The next morning, they left for the last time. As they stood at the woman's door, John's heart shattered. She was the one, the only one who could love his son completely. The boy stared at her, finally realizing what was happening. But this time, he didn't cry. He just looked up at his father, eyes full of love, and let go.